So today we are going to be taking a deep dive into something that, honestly, I was a little skeptical about at first, but after doing a little research, I'm really excited to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've got this piece. It's all about the 10 life-changing benefits of morning walking.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, can taking a walk really change your life? It seems
a little far-fetched.
a little bit.
But I think there is something to it, right? There's a reason why walking has been touted as such a beneficial activity for so long. It's really simple, it's accessible,
Yeah.
it's free, you can do it pretty much anywhere, and I think that simplicity
Yeah.
is kind of its secret weapon.
Okay, so I'm intrigued. So the article kind of jumps right into this whole idea that morning walks can be better than your morning coffee. Like even better than that extra shot of espresso, they say.
Yeah.
They're calling it like a natural energy boost.
Right.
But you know, how did that actually work?
So think of it this way, right? When you're walking, you're getting your blood pumping, you're increasing the oxygen flow to all your muscles in your brain.
Okay.
You're basically jump-starting your body, switching it from like standby mode to high gear.
Okay.
Right. And unlike caffeine, which as we all know can give you that like mid-afternoon crash, walking helps sustain your energy levels
All this sense.
more evenly throughout the day.
Okay, so it's not just feeling awake, it's about having that energy to like actually focus and get things done.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, and I think that's something we can all relate to for sure.
For sure.
Now, the article mentions something about these things called mitochondria. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah, vaguely.
It's like from biology class.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Little tiny things inside our cells, but like, what do they actually have to do with walking?
Okay, so mitochondria, I like to think of them as like tiny little factories inside your cells, and they're essentially responsible for producing all the energy that you need to do, well, pretty much everything. Right.
What's fascinating is that walking actually helps these little factories operate more efficiently. So it's like
So they work better.
They work better.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you're upgrading their machinery so they can churn out even more energy to power your day.
Whoa, so walking's like giving my cells like a little power up.
It is.
And then that translates into more energy for me to do all the things I need to do.
That's exactly.
Okay. I'm starting to see why they're calling these benefits like life-changing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you think about it that way.
Yeah. But wait, there's more, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the article talks about like mental clarity, like it's saying that a morning walk can actually make you think better.
Yeah.
Is that true?
You know that feeling when you've gone for a nice walk and you just feel like you have a clear head?
Oh, yeah.
There's actually real science behind that.
Really?
Yeah, so walking releases these things called endorphins, which we probably all heard of. They're like natural mood boosters.
Yeah. And remember all that extra blood flow we talked about? That benefits your brain too, helping you feel more alert, more focused.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
very- yeah.
I mean, for all of our listeners out there who are, you know, maybe students or in demanding jobs or just trying to juggle a million things at once,
Oh, yeah.
this could be huge, right?
Totally.
I know. Like, I've definitely had moments where, like, I've been working on something, I can't figure it out, and then I go for a walk, and
And it just comes to you.
boom.
There it is.
It's like magic.
Yeah.
But it's not magic, it's science.
Yeah. So it's not just anecdotal, right? I mean, like, are there actual studies?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of studies out there that have shown that people who walk regularly, especially in the morning, tend to have better memory,
Okay.
better focus, even perform better on cognitive tasks, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a natural brain boost
Wow.
to help you tackle those demanding tasks.
Right. I'm sold on the brain benefits.
Good, good.
Now let's get to something I think we all know is super important, right? Heart health.
And I'm assuming the article makes that connection, like walking good for your heart.
Of course, and for good reason. I mean, walking is like a superhero for your cardiovascular system. Did you know that just 30 minutes of brisk walking a day can drastically reduce your risk of heart disease and stroke?
Whoa. Okay, that's a pretty powerful statistic.
It is.
But what is actually happening in my body when I'm walking that like leads to a healthier heart?
So think of it as a gentle workout for your heart, right? Walking strengthens those heart muscles,
Okay.
making them more efficient at pumping blood throughout your body.
Okay.
It also helps lower your blood pressure, which puts less strain on your heart in general, and it even helps reduce bad cholesterol levels.
So it's like a multi-pronged attack on heart disease, all packed into like a simple walk.
It is.
I like it.
And it's not just about feeling good today.
Ooh.
It's about taking steps towards a longer, healthier life, free from, the worry of those chronic conditions
Yeah.
that can really hold you back as you get older.
Yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, but let's be real for a sec. Weight management's a huge topic these days.
Yeah.
Does the article say anything about like how walking can help people manage their weight?
Yeah, it does. And it highlights something really important, which is that walking is a sustainable way to manage your weight.
Okay.
You're not starving yourself or doing these crazy workouts. You're just incorporating this natural, enjoyable activity into your routine.
Okay, but I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people out there, they worry about calories.
Yeah.
Can you really burn enough calories just by walking to actually make a difference?
Okay, so a 30-minute brisk walk can burn anywhere from 150 to 250 calories, which is pretty significant.
Okay.
But it's not just about that immediate burn, right?
Mm.
Walking helps boost your metabolism so your body keeps burning calories
Oh, interesting.
more efficiently, even after you've finished walking.
Gotcha. So if someone's out there and they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to like manage their weight, would you say that like combining those morning walks with like, a healthy diet could be a really effective strategy for that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about creating healthy habits that fit your lifestyle.
Right.
And walking's such a great foundation for that.
Perfect. Okay. Now let's move on to something I think is really, really important, especially in our like super fast-paced, always-on world, stress relief and mood boost.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What does the article say about walking's impact on, those areas?
Big impact.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know how good you feel after a walk, right?
Yeah, always.
And there's a scientific reason for that.
Okay.
So think about this. When you're walking, especially in the morning, you're getting that fresh air, you might be in nature, and you're moving your body, right? And this combination triggers the release of all those amazing mood-regulating chemicals we talked about earlier, endorphins,
Right.
serotonin, dopamine. They all work together to just create a sense of calm and well-being.
So instead of like starting my day by scrolling through social media
Yeah,
and feeling like, oh my gosh, I've got to do all these things,
right.
I could go for a walk and actually like start the day off on a more positive.
It's a positive note.
No, I like
And
her.
feeling in control, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of us can relate to that for sure.
Definitely.
Trading that digital overload for a walk
Yeah,
could really be a game changer.
I think so.
Awesome. Okay, 2 more benefits before we get to wrap up this first part of our deep dive.
Okay.
The article mentions strength and joint health. Is walking really enough to make a difference in those areas?
So walking might not be like hitting the gym and lifting weights, but it definitely contributes to both strength and joint health.
Okay.
Every step you take is engaging your leg muscles, your core, even your arms if you're swinging them properly.
Okay.
It's subtle, but those muscles are working. They're getting stronger over time. Oh, so it's like a sneaky little strength training session
Kind of, yeah.
disguised as a leisurely stroll.
Exactly. And what about joints? Have you heard that walking's good for them?
Yeah, I have heard that, but like how so?
Walking actually helps lubricate your joints, which can reduce stiffness
Okay.
and prevent pain and discomfort, especially as we get older.
Gotcha.
It's especially good for preventing or managing arthritis-related pain.
So even for people who maybe aren't doing intense workouts, a simple walk can still contribute to their, mobility and comfort.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Okay, last one for this part, boosting immunity.
Okay.
Is there really a connection between walking and having a stronger immune system?
Absolutely. So when you walk, you're increasing your blood flow, right?
Right.
And that includes the circulation of your white blood cells, which are your immune system's warriors,
Oh, cool.
the ones that fight off infections.
So basically, walking helps those warriors circulate more efficiently, making you less susceptible to getting sick.
Okay, so walking is like giving my immune system a little boost.
It is.
I'll take it, especially during flu season. Sign me up.
Especially during flu season.
But there's more to it than that, right?
Yeah.
The article also mentioned something about vitamin D.
Yes, so walking outdoors, especially in the morning, exposes you to natural sunlight, which helps your body produce vitamin D.
Right.
And vitamin D, guess what? It plays a key role in supporting a healthy immune response.
Okay, wow. We have covered so much ground already.
We have.
From like boosting energy and mood to supporting heart health and immunity.
Yeah,
It seems like walking is like a real powerhouse for well-being.
it really is.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, but be sure to join us for part 2 of this deep dive, where we'll explore even more fascinating benefits and some practical tips for making the most of your morning walks.
Sounds good.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Welcome back to our deep dive exploring all the amazing benefits of walking, specifically those morning walks. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling inspired to move a little more.
Right.
And we're only halfway through. But before the break, we were talking about immunity. Now I'm kind of curious, are there other surprising benefits that the article highlights?
So there's one that really surprised me when I first learned about it, and it often catches people off guard. Improved digestion.
Really? Okay, I have to admit that one surprised me too, so I'm all ears.
Yeah.
How does walking help with, digestion?
Okay, so imagine this, right? When you're walking, especially after a meal, it's like you're giving your digestive system a little massage.
Okay.
The movement stimulates those muscles in your intestines, which in turn helps move food through your system more efficiently.
So it's like a natural way to keep things, moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And prevent that, sluggish feeling we sometimes get
Totally.
after eating, right?
Yep, and there's more. Walking also increases blood flow to your digestive tract, which can actually improve nutrient absorption. So you're not only digesting better, but you're also getting more out of the food you're eating.
That's a win-win for sure.
Definitely.
All right, well, I'm ready for the next surprising benefit. What else is there?
This one's pretty interesting. Morning walks can actually lead to better sleep.
Wait, really? That one I wouldn't have guessed. Yeah. I always thought that if you exercise too close to bedtime, it makes it harder to fall asleep,
Right. It's a common misconception for sure. But here's the thing. Regular exercise, including walking, actually helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle.
Okay.
It's called your circadian rhythm.
Right.
Remember how we talked about walking kind of resetting your internal clock for energy? Well, it does the same thing for sleep.
Oh, so by taking these morning walks, I'm setting myself up for a better night's sleep.
You are.
That's wild. It just seems like, everything's connected in our body.
It really is. And we can't forget about, all those stress-reducing benefits we talked about earlier. When you're less stressed, your mind is calmer, which obviously makes it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep.
Makes total sense. I know when I'm stressed out, I don't sleep as well, for sure.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so we've talked about all these individual benefits, but the article also touches on something much bigger, longevity.
Right.
How does walking actually contribute to a longer, healthier life?
I mean, it all boils down to this, right? Walking helps prevent chronic diseases.
Okay.
So by strengthening your heart, regulating your blood sugar, boosting your immune system, keeping you active, walking reduces your risk of developing conditions like heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, even some types of cancer.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
So it's like a proactive approach to health.
Yeah.
Helping us age gracefully.
Exactly.
Stay active, vibrant for longer.
And that's what we want, right?
Yeah, I love that. Okay. I know our listeners are probably eager to start reaping all these amazing benefits. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some practical tips.
Okay. Yeah.
What advice does the article offer, for how to make the most of our morning walks?
Well, I think first and foremost, consistency is key.
Right.
Aim for at least 30 minutes of brisk walking most days of the week.
Okay, and by brisk walking, what do they mean? Does it have to be a power walk?
Yeah.
Or can it be more a leisurely stroll?
A leisurely stroll is better than nothing.
Okay.
Of course, but you're going to see better results if you pick up the pace a bit.
Okay.
A good rule of thumb is you should be able to hold a conversation.
Okay.
But you're slightly out of breath.
Got it. Get that heart rate up a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay, what about adding some variety? Can you mix things up?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Changing your route, adding hills, incorporating intervals of faster walking.
Okay.
All that can challenge your body in new ways and prevent boredom. You can also listen to music, podcasts, audiobooks, anything that keeps your mind stimulated.
Yeah, those are all good ideas. I know I get bored easily.
Me too.
So switching things up is definitely key.
Definitely.
Okay, what about footwear? What should we be wearing on these walks?
Supportive, comfortable shoes, that's a must.
Okay.
Look for shoes that are designed specifically for walking,
Okay.
Good cushioning, arch support. Your feet will thank you.
Speaking of support, what about people who maybe have joint pain or mobility issues? Can they still benefit from walking?
Oh, absolutely. Walking is a low-impact exercise,
Right.
generally safe for people of all fitness levels.
Okay.
However, it's always a good idea to start slowly,
Okay.
gradually increase your distance and pace
Yes,
as you
yes.
feel stronger. And of course, if you have any concerns, always check with your doctor
Yeah, good advice, good advice.
or physical therapist.
Now, let's be honest, starting any new routine
Yeah.
can be tough. What about those of us who, we struggle with motivation? Any tips for sticking with it?
Yeah, motivation can be tricky for sure.
For sure.
I think one thing that really helps is finding what works for you and making it enjoyable. Don't force yourself to do something you hate, right?
Right.
Experiment with different routes.
Yeah.
Listen to music or podcasts. Even find a walking buddy.
Okay.
Accountability can be huge.
Yeah, I love that. It's not about punishing yourself.
Right.
It's about making it something you enjoy. Finding a way to make walking a positive, enjoyable experience
Exactly.
that you actually look forward to.
Yeah, and remember, progress over perfection. Start with what you can manage.
Yeah.
And gradually increase your distance and pace.
Okay.
And celebrate those small victories along the way.
This is all so inspiring. I'm feeling really pumped to get out there and start walking.
Yeah.
But before we move on, I want to go back to one of those benefits we talked about, improved sleep quality.
Oh.
I'm still fascinated by that connection.
Yeah.
Can you just explain a little bit more about how does walking in the morning actually lead to better sleep at night?
It's all about that circadian rhythm we were talking about before, right?
Right.
That internal clock, exposure to natural light early in the day, helps reset it,
Okay.
signaling to your body that it's time to be awake and alert, and then this, in turn, makes it easier to fall asleep at night and to have deeper, more restful sleep.
So it's like setting the stage for a good sleep cycle, right from the start of the day.
Exactly. And then when you combine that with, the stress-reducing effects of walking, it's a pretty powerful combination.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to talk about something that often gets overlooked when we're, talking about exercise, like the social aspect.
Yeah.
Can walking be a social activity?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever thought about finding a walking buddy
Yeah.
or maybe joining a walking group? It's a great way to connect with people who share that interest in fitness and well-being,
Okay.
And it makes walking more enjoyable.
For sure.
But it also adds that layer of accountability and support.
That makes a lot of sense. Having someone to walk with can kind of help you stick with it.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's a great way to build friendships.
Totally.
And connect with people in your community.
Exactly. And even if you prefer to walk solo, there's still a sense of connection, right? You're connecting with yourself, with nature, with your surroundings. It's a chance to, unplug from that digital world and just be present in the moment.
Yeah, that sounds really refreshing.
It is.
Okay, I want to talk about something that I think is really interesting. Walking's impact on creativity and problem solving.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I've definitely had those moments where I'm stuck on something, I go for a walk, suddenly the solution just pops into my head.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
Absolutely. There's a reason for everything.
Yeah.
So walking, especially in nature, can actually enhance cognitive flexibility
Okay.
and divergent thinking,
Okay.
which are key components of creativity.
Gotcha.
And it's thought that the combination of the physical activity, the exposure to nature, the break from our usual routines, that really helps stimulate new ideas and perspectives.
So it's giving our brains a chance to wander and explore new possibilities.
It is.
Okay, now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about something that's really important for our listeners who are, a little bit older. What about the benefits of walking, for maintaining independence and just vitality as we age?
Walking is amazing for older adults.
Okay.
To help them maintain physical function, balance, independence.
Yeah.
It helps strengthen those muscles, improves bone density, and reduces the risk of falls.
Right.
Which is a big concern, as we get older.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not just about staying active, it's about being able to move freely and enjoy life
Right.
to the fullest as we age.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. Now, I know some listeners out there might be thinking about safety.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah. What advice do we have to make sure that those morning walks are, safe, enjoyable experiences, especially if you're walking alone?
Okay. So safety is paramount, especially if you're walking alone or in low light conditions, right?
Right.
So choose well-lit
Okay.
and populated areas for your walks.
Okay.
Let somebody know your route and your expected return time.
That's smart.
Yeah, and maybe carry a phone or personal alarm for added security.
Yeah, good tips. Good tips.
Right. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about something else that's kind of, I don't know, a little deeper. How can walking be a tool for like self-discovery and personal growth?
It's interesting, right? This aspect of walking often gets overlooked, but I think it's really important.
Yeah.
So walking, especially those solo walks, can be a powerful time for introspection and reflection. You know, it's a chance to really connect with your thoughts and feelings, to process emotions, to gain clarity on your goals, your aspirations, you know.
So it's not just like a physical activity.
It's not just physical, no.
It's like a mental and emotional
journey.
Yeah, journey. I like that.
And that rhythmic motion of walking can really create a sense of calm and focus.
Okay.
That allows your mind to wander, to explore new insights, you know, about yourself, about the world around you.
It's almost like a walking meditation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a chance to like tune into your inner world.
Right.
And like gain a deeper understanding of, you know, who you are and
Absolutely. And that self-awareness can be so empowering, right?
Yeah.
It can lead to personal growth, increased resilience, a greater sense of purpose.
I love that. Okay, we've got to talk about something that's really important to today's world. You know, all the digital distractions.
Yeah.
Everything's so fast-paced.
Always on.
Yeah, always on. What about the benefits of walking for like mindfulness and stress reduction?
So I think walking, especially in nature, is a powerful antidote to the constant stimulation and distractions of modern life. You know, it allows us to disconnect from technology, engage our senses, reconnect with the present moment.
So it's like a digital detox.
It is. It is.
Stepping away from the screens.
Yeah.
And reconnecting with ourselves and the world around us.
Exactly. And that rhythmic motion of walking, we keep talking about that, but it's so important because it helps quiet the mind, right?
Right.
Reducing all those racing thoughts, all the anxieties that often accompany stress.
Right. So it's kind of like a moving meditation.
Yeah.
A chance to calm the mental chatter and like find a sense of peace and stillness.
Absolutely.
Even though you're like physically moving.
Yes. Yes.
That's so cool.
And that sense of mindfulness, that can extend beyond the walk itself, right?
Right.
It can help you to be more present and attentive in your everyday life.
Okay, now I want to talk about something that I know is a big concern for a lot of people. Time constraints.
Yeah, we're all busy.
Right.
Stuff.
People feel like they don't have time to add one more thing,
I get it.
to their already busy schedule. So what do we do? Like, how do we fit walking in?
Okay, so I think the key here is to like not view it as this separate activity that requires a huge chunk of time.
Okay.
Right? Instead, look for little opportunities to incorporate short walks throughout your day.
Okay, so finding those little pockets of time.
Exactly.
And like maximizing them.
Exactly. So like park further away from your destination.
Okay.
And walk the rest of the way. Take the stairs instead of the elevator.
Gotcha.
Walk during your lunch break or even while you're running errands. Just, you know, get creative with it.
Okay, so it's about kind of shifting your mindset and viewing walking not as like, oh, I have to do this.
Right.
But as like, this is an opportunity.
An opportunity.
To
Exactly.
improve my health and my well-being.
And it all adds up, right? All those little bursts of walking add up over time to really benefit your physical and mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now let's talk about something that I think a lot of people will relate to, you know, the impact of walking on creativity and problem solving.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, they feel like they're more creative, more inspired after a walk. So is there any scientific evidence that backs that up?
There is, yeah. So walking, especially in nature, has been shown to enhance something called cognitive flexibility and divergent thinking.
Okay.
Which are two really key components of creativity.
Okay.
And it's thought that the combination of, you know, the physical activity, the exposure to nature, and just like taking a break from your usual routine helps to stimulate those new ideas, those new perspectives.
So it's kind of like giving our brains a chance to, you know, wander.
Yeah.
And like explore different possibilities.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, that rhythmic motion of walking
Yeah.
can help quiet the mind.
Right.
And that allows for those aha moments to kind of bubble up.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, walking is like a secret weapon
Yeah.
for like unlocking creativity and like solving problems that you've been stuck on.
For sure.
Awesome. All right, well, I think that's a good place to stop for now. Join us for part 3 of this deep dive. where we'll continue to uncover even more amazing benefits of morning walks. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've uncovered so many incredible benefits of morning walks, like boosting energy and mood, strengthening our hearts, and even improving sleep. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get out there and start walking.
Me too. It's amazing how such a simple activity can have such a profound impact on our well-being. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, but I think there's one final piece of the puzzle we should touch on, and it's kind of the big picture longevity.
Right, the article definitely emphasized that, people who walk regularly, they tend to live longer and they have a lower risk of developing those chronic diseases. But how does walking actually translate into those long-term benefits?
So think of it this way. Every time you go for a walk, you're basically making a deposit into your health bank account. You're strengthening your heart, you're regulating your blood sugar, you're boosting your immune system, you're improving your bone density, even supporting your mental and emotional health. All these things work together to create a more resilient you, so you're less susceptible to those chronic conditions that can really impact your quality of life as you age.
So it's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to those years.
Exactly.
Making sure that those extra years are filled with energy and vitality and the ability to do all the things that you love.
That's exactly it. It's about living a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life, and walking can play a key role in achieving that.
That's a powerful message. As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious, what's one final, thought-provoking question or challenge that you'd like to leave our listeners with?
We've talked about a lot of science, a lot of benefits, but I think ultimately it comes down to this. What if you committed to just 15 minutes of walking each morning? Imagine how that one small change could ripple throughout your entire day, your week, even your life. Would you have more energy for your work, your family, your passions? Would you feel less stressed, more creative, more connected to yourself and the world around you? It's a simple question, but I think the answer could be truly transformative.
I love that. It's such a powerful reminder that even small, consistent actions can have a really big impact. So for our listeners out there who are just beginning their walking journey, or maybe looking to take their walks to the next level, what final words of wisdom can we offer?
Embrace the journey. Find joy in the movement. Celebrate every step. And remember, consistency is key. Even just a 15-minute walk done regularly can truly make a world of difference.
That's a beautiful way to wrap things up. We hope this deep dive has inspired you to experience the power of walking for yourself.
And remember, we'd love to hear from you. Share your walking experiences, insights, questions, whatever's on your mind. Let's keep this conversation going and support each other on this journey towards a healthier and happier life.
Until next time, happy walking.